So this is the package of beets that I got at Trader Joe's, and I'm going to wear gloves because beets are going to stain everything. This is a little different than the canned ones I showed you last time because, oh, my hands were wet when I was trying to put this glove on. The canned ones were sliced. These are whole baby beets, so they're just little whole beets. And I don't know why they have this dark stuff on them. So they have a lot of red juice and they're going to stain everything. So I'm just going to chop these up. Oh, they're very easy to cut. They're very soft. And I'm really not sure why they have this black stuff. I don't know if that's normal. I've never gotten these before, so I'm not really sure. I'm going to cut it off just in case. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. I'm not that adept at beets. I don't really know beets very well, but I'm just gonna give these a rough dice, because I'm gonna go in and smush them with the beans like I did last time with the tool. So this is just a different way to get your beets. So I saw these at Trader Joe's and I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll just pick these up and use these for the burgers. So I'm just going to cut them all up. Just like I said, rough. It doesn't, we're going to be smushing them, so it doesn't have to be pretty. Just roughly, a rough chop is fine. And they're going into my bowl. I have the bowl here. I guess that's out of the picture, but I'm just putting them directly into the bowl, and then I'm going to add the black beans, and then I'm going to add the mushrooms and onions that I've been sauteing, and the quinoa, and then I will taste it and see if it needs any seasonings. And then to make it, if it needs more binding, I'm going to add the ground flax seeds. So I'm going to just keep chopping these because right now, since my hands are all full of beet juice, I can't really stop the video. So you get to watch me chop these beets, but I will stop the video and probably edit this down so that you don't have to watch me just sit here and chop beets. Although I love to talk to you while I'm doing my kitchen work. See, I'm not really familiar with beets enough to know whether that's normal. And when you get them canned, I've never noticed that before on the canned ones. I've gotten a couple different brands of the canned ones. I've never noticed that before, so I'm not really sure what the dealio is with that. And the last one, and there's a lot of juice in here, so I'm just pour this into the sink before I put this in the trash. Okay, I'm just going to throw that away. And my last beet is getting chopped up. That didn't go very well. Okay. All right, so those are in there. I'm going to now add, I'm going to get this out of the way. And now, I guess I'm not going to edit the video because now I'm going to just pour the beans in. And I'm going to smush it around with my favorite tool. But I showed you last time how to do it with a fork, except for there was already like other stuff in there, and so it was hard to show you. So now I can just show you without having anything in there that you can just use a fork. And like I said before, it takes more time and labor to do it this way, but certainly an easy and inexpensive way to do it, so you don't have to buy any specific tools or new tools or whatever. You can just use what you have in your kitchen. That's why when I like to make, when I'm making dinner, I mean, usually I think about what I want to make that week and I get stuff at the store. But when you're making a last minute dinner, you just use what you have. You just use what you have in the pantry, which is, what I did last time. I made the bean burgers, which was, I had a can of this and I had a can of that. So that's what I used, even though I would normally want to use something different, but I had it on hand, so I'm going to just use what I have on hand and make the most of it. Yesterday I made homemade butternut squash soup, butternut squash soup, homemade. It was really, really good. So the next time I make that, I'm going to make you a video of how to do that. You need to have either a blender or your magic bullet to puree it. Zach, I know you have a magic bullet. Jake, I don't know what you have, or if you have a blender or a magic bullet, or maybe a roommate had it, or you've acquired one along the way. So you can see this is getting nice and smushed up to become our burger mix for our patties. And let's see, I'm gonna get a spatula. I'm gonna add in, oh, I hope that didn't get out of your view when I was smushing it. I don't even know. I'm gonna look at this video after I'm done. Okay, now these are the portobello, the baby bellas, the portobello. Of course, it's not baby Bella like our Bella, our kitty cat Bella, but these are called baby bellas. They're baby portobello mushrooms, and I sauteed them with onions and garlic, and I'm going to put those right in with our beets and black beans. And as per usual, I have not measured anything. It's 1 can of black beans, but other than that, just used half an onion and a whole package of the portobello, the baby bellas, which I had to chop up. They were like the whole baby bella, so I had to chop them up. So I'm going to get a spatula and mix this together. Okay. Let's see what we got so far. This looks very wet. It's going to need a lot of binder. Okay. Also, I don't know what this is going to, I'm used to making it with like raw onions and green peppers, and it gives it a different flavor. So this is going to be a very different flavor with cooked mushrooms and cooked onions. It's a different, and plus I'm adding the quinoa. It's a whole different combination. But that's what I said before about the beauty of making veggie burgers, is that you can put whatever veggies you like in it. And some veggies you have to cook, like sweet potatoes, butternut squash, things that you can't just throw in raw. You have to cook first. But there are a lot of veggies that, you could just grate and throw in raw, or even put them in your magic bullet to get them kind of pureed. If you put your veggies in your magic bullet, when you're pureeing them, they're going to be a lot wetter and harder to deal with. You'll need more binder as opposed to like a rough chop, which doesn't make it as wet. So here we go. We have the black beans, the beets, the mushrooms, the garlic, and the onions. And now I'm going to add the binder, and I will see you in the next video.